Hello everyone, I'm Sue Levitt, your host for the Flood Channel. On this program, we will provide you updates and important information on the efforts and plans of the Clark County Regional Flood Control District to prevent flooding in our community. Under our city lies hundreds of miles of flood channels and systems that are currently in place to drastically reduce flooding throughout our city. And as our community grows, more projects are in place. One major project right here in North Las Vegas will prevent flooding to businesses and residents in the area, and you may not even know that it's underway. Traffic flows steady here along I-15 near the Speedway. Commuters completely unaware and unaffected by a large construction project happening right beneath them. Tunneling has begun under I-15 to prepare for the installation of a large storm drain. The storm drain will serve to protect people and property in North Las Vegas from potential flooding in the area.
A lot of people don't see it happening, and they just see a hole in the ground and they don't know what's going on down in the hole. There's a lot of engineering and safety that goes on to get it done. We have a rail system that we set up down in the bottom, and they use lasers and a lot of GPS. And when they'll start tunneling, this specific type of boring that we're using is a direct jack. That means a guy actually rides inside the rail and digs through the tunnel until the container gets full of the material. Then he'll back it out. A crane will take off with the material, dump it, put it back on the rail tracks, and then the guy goes back in, augers, pulls it out.
When this project is complete, the storm drain will stretch approximately 5,200 feet. The downstream end of the project starts at Hollywood Boulevard and Centennial Parkway in North Las Vegas. The stormwater pipe will extend to the north along Hollywood Boulevard and continues on Speedway Boulevard northwest of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. From there, the project continues north, crosses under I-15, and runs north along the west side of the Manheim, Nevada auto auction property to its upstream endpoint at the Speedway No. 2 detention basin.
So this project in this particular area is very beneficial for the city of North Las Vegas. And this area in particular, if you know, recently it's just exploded with development, with businesses. Amazon's out here, several big companies, lots of jobs have been created. I mean, this really was the vision for the city of North Las Vegas in this area. And so the flood control infrastructure is really key.
With this key portion of the Flood Control District's master plan in place, local businesses will be able to operate without worrying about water destroying their property due to flash flooding.
It's really to protect the residents and the businesses in here. As you know, the desert environment brings a lot of rain, it brings it real quick, and so it's very important to get the floodwaters out of here underground to protect the roadways and the buildings' life safety measures.
There's years of hard work that goes into these projects to be able to get to this point. So, you know, along the way, there's a lot of design that has to happen. When we want to put a pipe under a road, we have to figure out where's the sewer, where's the water lines, where's the electrical, where's the power. We work through environmental permits. It takes a lot of months and a lot of people to coordinate a project like this.
The project to install the storm drain started September 13th, 2021, and is expected to take about a year to complete.
I enjoy the challenge. It's fun getting a group of guys and getting them to all be on the same wavelength and find out what's expected, try to maximize it and beat it, and it's fun being out here. To me, you stay healthy, you stay fit. You're doing something for the city you work in and live in. There's a lot of self-satisfaction and reward that comes with that, you know.
Construction plans in the project area have carefully been considered to minimize traffic disruptions, congestion, and delays, especially during major events that take place at the Las Vegas Speedway, like the NASCAR Cup Series or the Electric Daisy Carnival.
So we've spoken to the Speedway. We get their schedule and find out what they have coming up on a chain of events. And then before that event comes, I go and button up the street, get it as tight and safed off as possible so we can reduce any accidents or anything that can go wrong.
My 6-year-old daughter says that my job is to make sure that your carpet stays dry when it rains. And I kind of like that, you know. It's something people don't think about that often, but until you have a flood, right? And then when you've experienced the devastation of what flooding can be, you start to ask the questions like, what's being done? And so to know that something in Clark County is being done about it, that we put almost $2 billion into the flood control system here. We built almost 700 miles of storm drains like this. You know, it's a tremendous accomplishment.
The total cost of this project is $10.2 million. The funding for the design and construction comes from the Clark County Regional Flood Control District. We want to thank you for joining us for this episode of the Flood Channel. If you'd like more information, you can visit our website at regionalflood.org. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll see you next time.